All right, today we're going to tackle one of those classic GCSE computer science questions that can really trip people up. We're going to break down a real networking question step by step, and I'm going to show you exactly how to lock in every single mark. Ready to nail this? Let's get into it.
You know that feeling, right? You see a big 7-mark question and your mind just goes blank for a second. How do you make sure you're actually hitting all the points the examiner wants and not just waffling? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. So the question we're zooming in on is question 2B from the OCR J277/01 paper. The whole thing is set in an airport. They've got a local area network with both wired and wireless connections. It's a classic scenario, really, designed to test if you can apply what you know to a real-world problem. So yeah, let's break it down.
Okay, first things first. Section 1, decoding the question. I cannot stress this enough, this is the most important step. Before you even write a single word of your answer, you have to play detective and figure out what is really being asked. The clues are right there in the question. Take a look here. The question has two very distinct parts. First, it says, describe 2 benefits of using wired connections. Then it says, explain the reasons why the airport needs wireless too. Now, describe and explain. They are not the same thing. These are command words, and they are basically instructions from the examiner telling you exactly how to answer.
So, what's the actual difference? Well, think of it like this. Describe is all about the what and the how. You're just giving a detailed account, laying out the features. But explain? Explain is the deep dive. It's asking for the why, the reasons, the causes behind something. Getting this difference is the first key to unlocking all the marks.
And here it is, maybe the most important part of all, context. This isn't just a generic question about networks. It's about a network in an airport. Every single point you make has to link back to that specific setting. I'm telling you, generic answers are the fastest way to throw away marks. You've got to make it relevant.
Right, now that we've properly decoded the question, let's actually build our answer. We'll start with section 2, the benefits of wired connections. This part is worth 4 marks, which means we need 2 really solid, well-developed points. And here's the secret sauce for getting those 4 marks. It's a simple formula, point plus application. First, you state your point, the general benefit. That gets you 1 mark. Then you give the application. You explain how that benefit specifically helps the airport. If you miss the application part, you're literally leaving half the marks on the table. Let's see this in action, and we're going to use the exact wording from the official mark scheme. So, point, a wired connection is more secure. Great, that's your first mark right there. Now for the second mark, the application, so that sensitive data about passengers, staff, or airplanes is not intercepted. See how that ties it directly to the airport? Bam, 2 marks. Let's do another one, just to really hammer it home. Point, a wired connection gives you a faster connection or high bandwidth. That's 1 mark. Now let's apply it to the airport. Application, to reduce delays at check-in desks or when accessing flight information. It's specific, it's relevant, it's a perfect 2-mark answer. And just like that, by using that simple point plus application formula twice, we've secured a perfect 4 out of 4 for this first part. See? It's all about being structured and hitting those key points. Awesome. Now for the second half of the question. Section 3. The reasons for going wireless. This bit is worth 3 marks. So you guessed it, we need 3 clear reasons why an airport would want Wi-Fi. So according to the mark scheme, the 3 big reasons for having wireless in an airport are staff mobility, device flexibility, and finally, backup connectivity. Let's dig into each one of these. First up, staff mobility. I mean, think about it. Airports are massive places. Staff can't be changed to a desk. Wireless lets them move around freely, which, as the mark scheme says, allows them to be more responsive to customer requests anywhere. That is a perfect why for having wireless. Second, device flexibility. An airport is just buzzing with all sorts of different devices, right? You've got staff using tablets, passengers on their phones, even the service vehicles and baggage scanners need to connect. And for a lot of these things, a wired connection just isn't an option, so wireless becomes absolutely essential. And finally, we have resilience, or backup. What happens if the main wired network goes down? In a place like an airport, everything just grinding to a halt is a disaster. A wireless network acts as a crucial backup if the wired connection fails, making sure all the critical systems can keep running. It's a vital safety net. So there we have it. We've completely taken apart that question and built a perfect 7-mark answer. Now, let's wrap this up by summarizing the absolute key takeaways in our last section, your key to full marks, because this is a technique you can use again and again.
I want you to remember this 3-step winning technique. Step 1. Always identify the command word. Is it asking you to describe or explain? Step 2. Find the context. What's the specific scenario? And step 3, structure your answer using that point plus application formula. If you can master these 3 steps, you'll be on your way to getting full marks every time.
And that's really all there is to it. That's how you break a question down to build the perfect answer. And this technique, it's not just for networking questions. So the question I have for you is, where else could you use this? Think about topics like security, hardware, software. Honestly, this strategy could be a total game changer for you.